Good morning, children. So far we have discussed till 11th lesson, part A and part B. So 12, 13, 14, 15 I will take afterwards, children. So today I am going to take 16th lesson, that is abolition of Jamindari system. Children, already in the 7th standard you are having idea about the Jamindari system, Raitwari system, isn't it? In the Jamindari system, just I want, before starting the lesson, just introduction part I will tell children what is the meaning of Jamindari system. In this system, what happened? Landlords, who are the peasants? Peasants are also known as the farmers. So in those days, what happened? The farmers are very poor. They are not able to till their own land. Why? Because they face so many difficulties that they are not having the funds. They does not having the money to spend on the what fertilizers, pesticides, and for water. Water is what is agriculture? For agriculture, what is main source? Rainfall is a main source, but in our country, the rainfall is sometimes it may come, sometimes it may not come. So that is the reason most of the farmers they are remaining as a backward from many and many years onwards. So what happened? Most of the farmers they are depending upon the landlords, isn't it? So landlords and even though they are having their own land, so that land is taken by the Jamindar sometimes because whenever they borrow the money, so on that particular time, if the farmer is not able to pay back that amount on that particular time, what happened? The Jamindar will be taking the land of the farmer. So what happened? Now in his own land itself, the farmer will be tilling the land. Why? Because the Jamindar has taken the land of the farmer. So this is the main problem that are facing in our Indian society. So that is the reason what happened. The Jamindar is becoming the very profitable when you compare with the farmers in our society. So Jamindari systems play very important role in our Indian economy. So farmers are become backward because due to the Jamindari system. So here just you open your textbook, children, and you read the first paragraph. What is the rural poverty at the time of independence? Here, children, you should know what is the meaning of poverty, isn't it? Already in the 7th standard we have discussed about the meaning of poverty. Poverty is nothing but people does not having the job employment opportunities. Those people who are not having the employment opportunities, they will be coming under the line or under the category of what, children? Poverty. In the 7th class we read, no, children, BPL. BPL is nothing but below poverty line. Those people who does not having the employment facilities, and as well as what happened, the standard of living also will come down. They are not able to get their basic necessities. So they will be coming under the poverty line. So here if you compare with any other countries, our Indian economy is still developing economy. You know, children, our Indian economy is developing or developed. Our Indian economy is still in the developing process. So here rural poverty at the time of independence. Already you know that we got independence. When we got independence, children? 1947 August 15th. During the time also Britishers were used to rulers and they used to consider as farmers as their bonded laborers and slaves. From morning to evening they will be work hard, but they will be getting the low wages. These are the same conditions prevailing under the British system, and here same thing is continuing in the Jamindar system also. Here 55 people are poor in our Indian economy. 18.16 crore people, they does not having land or education, and even though if they are employed in the agriculture, they are getting very low wages. So here now Jamindari system is cancelled. Indians are here, children, why the Jamindaris are prevailing? Because the Indian people are they are uneducated. Here most of the people of in our Indian economy is what, children? They are uneducated. They does not know what are the policies and programs of the government. That is the one thing. And next thing is what? They does not having the financial facilities for what? For digging, for sowing, and not only that, but purchasing the fertilizers and good fertilizers and pesticides for the cropping system. So that is the reason the Indian farmers crops are failing, and they are trapped in what? Indebtedness. Indebtedness is nothing but they are not able to clear their amount from the money lender. So what happened in return? Whenever the farmers they want to sow the seeds on that particular time, what happened? They need the money on that particular time. From where the farmers are taking the money? They are taking the money from the money lenders, and money lenders what they are doing? They are charging very high rate of interest. When the farmer is not able to repay the money on that particular time, what happens, children? That land is taken by the money lender. So these are the prevailing conditions in our Indian economy. So here Indians are uneducated, farming of agriculture, work as labor under the landlords. Before starting the lesson itself, what I told, farmers are working under the landlord and they are paying very less wages to the farmers, and here they does not having any knowledge and they does not having any understanding how to sell their products at abroad. Here children, you know what is the meaning of the import and exports? One is import and one is exports. So what is that, children? Import means whenever we are selling our goods to another country, that is known as the import. Sorry, whenever we are selling our goods to another country, that is known as the exports. Whenever the goods which are coming from other country to our country, that is known as the imports. So this also play a very important role in our Indian economy. But here what happened? One lacking is what with the Indian farmers? First of all, I told they are uneducated, isn't it? They does not having the knowledge. The updated knowledge is not there with the farmers. What are the new things they implemented and what are the things they have to use in the agriculture? They are very backward. So what happened? They does not know what are the facilities are given by the government. Like for example, we read in the 7th class lesson about the weavers, in that the cooperative credit societies are playing very important role for the weavers, isn't it? Why? Because they will be updating what is a taste of the customers in the market. Everything will be updating by the cooperative societies to the weavers, isn't it? Just example I have taken here, children. So here the farmers are uneducated and they does not know what are the new things, what are the things they have to apply for their in the farming, isn't it? What are the new methods they have to apply in the farming system. So this is also one of the reason our Indian farmers becoming the backward. And here what happened? The government land taken. So what happened? According to the Bhutan system. What is the Bhutan system, children? Generally, you didn't hear about it. Bhutan system is a third system. The people will be collecting all the land from the rich people. What they are doing? They are collecting the land from the rich people, and that land is redistributed to the poor people. What is the main intention of the Bhutan movement? Bhutan movement is that movement here they are collecting the land of all the rich people. Excess land, extra land will be there, no children, for the rich people. They are collecting that land and they are redistributing to the poor people. To whom they are redistributing, children? They are redistributing to the poor people. Here no, the government what it is taking? The government sometime it is taking the land from the people and it is redistributing to the poor people. This Buddha movement will be coming in the next lesson, children. Okay, so here now land to the tiller written in here. What happened? So generally whenever the farmers whenever the middle persons will be there, they are taking the more profit. So actually what is that? There should be direct contact between the farmers and the buyers, but here it is not happening. The middle people are purchasing from the farmers and sometimes they are selling in the market for higher prices, isn't it, children? In the previous classes we read like African and American country, what they used to do? They used to during the time of the Britishers, what these African American colonies they used to do, that people they used to produce their products in India, like South East India Company and French East India Company. We read in the 7th class, isn't it, children? They came to India and they are producing the products for very cheaper rate and they are go back into their places and they are selling that products for higher prices. Here who are becoming very poor? The Indian farmers are becoming poor and poor day by day. Here children, just we discussed here abolition of Jagirdari system in Telangana. So just now we discussed about what, children? about the rural poverty at the time of independence, abolition of the Jamindari and other intermediary tenures. What I told just now, in between mediators should be not there for your products to sell in the market. Next one is abolition of the Jagirdari system in Telangana. In Telangana, the powerful movement of the farmers was underway when the Nizam state was emerged with India. Even before independence in the year of 1927, they forced the labor or vatti has been abolished, but this law was not implemented. What is the meaning of vatti? That is mean to say that they are taking the farmer into their lands and they are telling the farmer more work to do, and in return they are paying the very less wages to the farmers. This will be coming under the vatti. So here what happened in 1945, when the Telangana movement was beginning, the Nizam made many laws for what? They have to protect the tenants at will. This happened by registering them and giving them permanent rights to cultivate. So during the time of Nizam itself, what they taught, the farmers should get their right, they should get the permanent right to cultivate. Why the other people should involve between the farmers? So this rule was introduced by the by the Nizam people to protect the tenants. Okay, here now the famous Hyderabad Tenancy Act was passed. When this Hyderabad Tenancy Act was passed in the year of 1950, the Hyderabad Tenant Act was passed, and here protecting all types of the tenants. All the tenants who were in continuous possession of land for a period of 6 years were protected tenants are pattedars after a little payment. Now they could not be evicted easily and could continue to cultivate the land for generation. So what happens, children, here is hereditary. When his father is having the own land, acres of land, after him who will be taking care of that land? His son, again grandson. So it is like a hereditary form of thing. So what happened now? It should be not happen. Similarly, the Hyderabad Inam Land Abolition Act was promulgated in the year when this land Inam Lands Abolition Act was promulgated. It has promulgated in the year of 1955. So just now I told now what is the meaning of the Bhudan movement. So when this act was started on April 18, 1951, Vinoba started the Bhudan movement. Who has started this movement, children? Generally just now we discussed the Bhudan movement. Bhudan movement was started in the year of 1951 by Vinod Bhave. He is one of the persons. He started the Bhudan movement in the year of 1951. What is his main intention? To collect the surplus land from all the people and redistribute the land to the poor people. So next topic, if you go through page number 189, Land Ceiling Act. It was passed in the year of 1972 to 1975. The Jamindar abolition does not solve the problem of the land concentration. After abolition of the Jamindar system also, this has not, it has become the problem for, it is not able to solve the problem of the farmers after the abolition of the Jamindari system also. So after the land, here just you see these children, just you go through this para, open your textbook page number 190, children. Just you see the table, the structure of the distribution of land holdings in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh 1956 to 2006. If you see here it is in tablet form, children. If you see here 1955 to 56, 1980 to 1981, 2005 to 2006. If you see small farmers who are having the 0 to 5 acres of land, medium farmers they are having 5 to 25 acres of land, large farmers they are having the about 25 acres of land. What is their holding? 58%, 18%, 73%, 29%. Share in cultivated area. Share in how much land they are having. Hold means which? What? How much land they are having? 58. How much it is cultivated area? 18%. Share in number of land holdings. How much share they are having? 73%. Share in the cultivated area 29%. Share in number of land holdings 83%. Share in cultivated area how much they are having? 48%. Now medium coming to 5 to 25 acres of land, how they. Next you see large above who are having the about 25 acres of land you see. So reading the table, read the figures for the year of 1955 to 56 carefully. It tells us that after the land reforms have been implemented, what happened, children? 58% of farmers were small farmers with less than how much acre of land they are having? only 5 acres of land each. Even though they found more than half of all the farmers, they have less than 20% of cultivated land. On the other hand, you see that the large farmers or landlords who made for only about 10% of farmers had about 38% of all cultivated land. So after the land ceiling was, when the land ceiling act was implemented, it was implemented in the year of 1970s. Notice the changes that took place. Number of small farmers, who were the percentage, whether it is increased, whether it is decreased, whether it is medium. Farmers now were less than number and control, more or less and than before. Large landowners declared to less than, but still owned about how much percentage of land. Children, please go through this. Land Ceiling Act, when it was formed, children, the Land Ceiling Act was formed in the year of 1972. The Land Ceiling Act was passed by then Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council in September 1972, which came into the implementation. When it has implemented, it came into the force in the year of 1975. So here actually what happened in this, 6,41,000 acres were taken over by the government, and it is redistributed to 5,82,000 acres to about how many families it has distributed? 5,40,000 families of landless and for the poor farmers. Children, please go through this so that you will be able to understand. So here now you can see that the most of the farmers, 83% are small, and they have nearly how much? Generally 83% of farmers, they are having only half of the small cultivated land. On the other hand, you will see that the number of landlords is 1% and land with them is 6% only. This is partly due to the fact most of the big landlords actually they divide their land holdings and into small sizes and fraudulently distributed them among relatives and servants. This was more or less the situation is most of the states in India. We are able to find that most of the families, they are redistributing the land and they are dividing the land and they are giving to their relatives. One of the states in which the Land Ceiling Act was more effectively implemented, where this Land Ceiling Act was implemented, especially it has implemented in the West Bengal. Government acted the West Bengal government acted with the great determination and mobilized the landless and small farmers to participate in the implementation of the ceiling laws. So as a result, about 12,94 crores of the land were taken over by which people? It was taken over by the government, and again 10,64,000 acres land were distributed to about how many families it is distributing? 26,51,000 families it is distributing. So the main intention of Land Ceiling Act is what? To redistribute the land to the landless and poor farmers. This shows that the political will can make these measures very effective. Here, why? Because this Land Ceiling Act was implemented. Why? Because they to redistribute the land for the poor and landless farmers. So this is our what, children? Abolition of the Zamindari system. Children, please go through this in this new thing what we learned here. Bhudan system. Bhudan system is started by the Vinoba Bhave. Why? Because its main intention is to what? To redistribute the land to the poor and poor farmers and landless people. There is a main intention of what, children? Bhudan movement. But when after implementing the Land Ceiling Act in the year of it has actually they started in the 1972, but the Land Ceiling Act was implemented in the year of 1975. Its main intention of the government is to what? To take the land from the rich people, those are having the more acres of land. Its main intention is to take the land from the rich people, and that land should be redistributed among the poor people and farmers. So this is about what, children? Abolition of the Zamindari system. This is 16th lesson, children. Now simultaneously I want to take the 17th lesson. What is our 17th lesson? Understanding the poverty. So what is our next topic, children? This is our 7th lesson in our social textbook. So here what is we are going to discuss about in this chapter. Actually you have to know what is the meaning of the poverty. Poverty is nothing but just what I have explained. those people who does not having any employment opportunities, that people will be coming under the category of the poverty. Those people are jobless, isn't it? That people will be coming under the category of poverty. So disqualification changes in villages. Here two stories are there, children. One is Ramachari and another one. These two stories are there. Why? Because here how the poor people, whether they are able to survive, whether they are getting the nutrition value of food or not. So with the help of this lesson, we will be able to understand if the people who are living in the poverty line, what are the problems faced by the people who are living in the rural areas. So what is our first point? It is distress in rural areas. So what is the children? Distress in rural area. That is meaning to say that here those people who are living in the rural areas, they does not having the proper sanitation facilities and they does not having the proper roads. It is a very slum area. Almost all. What happened? The dirty water will be coming out from the manuals and all the fines will be coming. So that people health will be spoiling very quickly, because they're taking food is also in less calories, and intent what happened, they are not able to have the good health. They will be becoming the sick and sick already in this standard only. Last previous lesson we have discussed about the health, isn't it? We have discussed about the two boy and girl. One girl went to the private hospital and that boy went to the government hospital, isn't it? Health lesson we learn now in our 8th standard only. So here what are the things, what are the problems faced by the people? Now we will discuss one, that is a distress in rural areas. This is one of the incident of the Ramachari who live in the Nalgonda district. So when he started his business, he is having how many clients? He will be having the 40 clients, and here most of them are farmers. Here what is his main duty? Ramachari duty, what is that? He used to make the tools and implements, and he used to supply to the farmers. Clients is nothing but farmers. So main duty of the Ramachari is what? He will be giving all the implements which will be suitable for the farming purpose. So here now all the people, Ramachari was not a farmer, but he is dependent on farming activities of villages which are related to the agriculture activities, that implements used to supply for the farmers. So years back what happened? Ramachari is having the 40 clients. So most of them are farmers. So each gave him 70 kilograms a year of the 2,800 he got this way. Means in turn what happened? He will be getting the food grains whatever produced by the farmers. In turn the farmers used to give to the Ramachari. So you could get around 375 for 70 kg of paddy. Some years ago what happened? His family required he could make 8,000 in a year. With that he looked for the family. Why? Because whole family is depending upon the Ramachari only. He has to do the job. All the people should be survive under him. So what happened? The trouble started slowly. Agriculture operation has also been changed. So they started entering the tractors into the business. Already in the 7th standard we discussed that combined harvesting. CH we read? No. CH is nothing but combined harvesting. With the help of the tractors what happened? The whatever implements made by the Ramachari has become very dull, and now clients has become from 40 to 20. He is not able to get the more demand for his implements. So what happened? To dig bore wells and buy seed, fertilizers and pesticides, farmers have to take the loans from the high cost. So the repayment is becoming very difficult for the farmers. So what we read now, Ramachari, the story of the Ramachari. He is a carpenter in Nalgonda district and he is related to the farming activity. And how much client is there? For the Ramachari 40 clients are there. 70 kg of paddy and 2,800 kg paddy is giving for him. So now 370, now it has become the 375 and 8,000 he is getting. What are the things they are using in the agriculture? They are using the tractor, bullock carts. So what happened day by day? The rate of interest is also becoming high, and the farmers are becoming the indebtedness. Indebtedness is nothing but whatever loans they are taking from the money lenders. In time they are not able to repay their loan. The amount is becoming the more and more. The farmers are trapped in the indebtedness. Here now they lost 30 buffaloes. So how many buffaloes he has lost? He has lost the 30 buffaloes. Now clients previous they were 50, and again now at last what happened? The Ramachari is having only 4 to 5 clients. So here family is in trouble. He is not able to feed his family well, because now usually first he used to have the 40 clients. From 40 clients now, because due to the tractor that all they are that the machines they are using in the agriculture, in the farming purpose, now Ramachari client has come down to 4 to 5. With the help of that, the Ramachari family is not able to survive with that food grains and money. So what happened? Now Anita is a wife of the Ramachari. Now what she decided? She decided that she will be going to other village for job purpose, so that she will be able to survive her family members. So Anita went to where she went to Vijayawada. Same like Anita, so many farmers people they migrated to the another places because the search of their livelihood or employment. So here poverty, how can it be eliminated? Eliminated means how the way we can solve the problem of the poverty. So here dairy farm, fishing. So here children, generally for the farming we need the water, and we need the pesticides, and what we need, insecticides and pesticides we need for the farming. So here in this we will be incurring the more and more money for those all things. When you compare the poultry is what in the 7th standard we read about the Pullayya lesson, isn't it children? So poultry is nothing but the hens. They are breeding what they are doing. The hens will be there whenever hens will be laying the eggs, and mission eggs will be there, no children. This will be coming under the poultry. So here for the fishing also we need what? We need the water, and they need the money for investment in the fishing, because they need the fresh water, and they need the fish food to survive, for the survival of the fishes. So fishing is also a little bit money factor, but whereas a poultry, when you keep it, will give some amount of money and livelihood for the people. Fishing means what? Little bit money will be involved in this, because the fishes should live in the fresh water, and for that purpose, for fish breeding, they should get the water, and they have to pour the fish food also. Again, this will be a more costly for the farmers. So here why they can't opting for the dairy farm. Fishing means the scarcity of water. The fishes will be not survive without the water. So here now right to work. Now here the government has provide that act. What is that act they implemented by the government? Right to work. Now each and every people should have the right to work. So MNERG Act is passed by whom? This act was passed by the government of India in the year of 2005. So what is the full form of MNERG? Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Rural Guarantee Act. Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Rural Guarantee Act was implemented. Guarantee Act was implemented in the year of 2005. So here at least what they are telling, the previous lesson also we discussed. So how many years will be there in the year, children? We will be having 365 days. If February we are having 29 days, means we are having the 366 days. So for example, what they are telling, according to the MNERG Act was passed by Government of India, it is saying that at least in a year they will be getting the 100 days work guarantee. How many days? 100 days work guarantee for the poor people. It is guaranteed by MNERG Act passed by Government of India in the year of 2005. Not only that, slowly what happened, children? You are having idea about the PDS system. PDS is nothing but public distribution system. So what happen whenever the farmers are producing the food grains on that particular time, they will be keeping some amount in the storages. The government where it is keeping the food stock in the Food Corporation of India, the extra food grains it will be storing in the FCI, and it will be sending with the help of the PDS. PDS is nothing but public distribution system. If you are having the ration card, what you will be having the two type of cards. One is white card and one is a pink card. Those are below average. Means they will be getting the white card. Each and every benefits will be getting to the white card holders, and this pink card means they are above average. So what, they are middle class people, they will be getting the less benefit when you are compared with the white card holders. And Antyodaya card, whenever the health issues will come on the particular time, you will be getting the Arogya Shri card also. These are all provided by the government of India. So here food at less cost and people who are below under the poverty. Now what I said, another one is what, Antyodaya card. Antyodaya card is, it is completely for poor people. Antyodaya card for whom children completely they are very poor. They will be getting how many kgs of rice per month? They are getting the 35 kgs of the rice and wheat per month. These people are very poor people. So next one. Okay children.